The senator from Oregon.
We're working on the very important defense bill, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to discuss another topic. For some time, with the support of the Senate Majority Leader, Senator McConnell, Senator Merkley and Senator Paul and I have all been trying to change federal law so that farmers across the country can secure the green light to grow hemp in America. Now, about a year ago, I came to the floor of the Senate with a basket of hemp products to highlight that this is a particularly important time in the debate, a time in history when we've kind of reflected on what this issue has been about. And I've talked about how hemp products are made in this country, sold in this country, and consumed in our country. But they are not 100% American products. They can't be fully red, white, and blue products because the law says that hemp used to make them cannot be grown on a large-scale basis here at home. So another year has gone by since the Majority Leader, and Senator Merkley and Senator Paul and I have teamed up, and unfortunately, industrial hemp continues to be on the controlled substance list. Because of that unjustified status, hardworking farmers in Oregon and across our country have been deprived of the opportunity and benefits of a crop that has enormous economic potential, all because there has been this misinterpretation that in some way this is affiliated with marijuana. Industrial hemp and marijuana come from the same plant species. Someone could say they have a similar look, but they are in fact very, very different in key ways. First and foremost, industrial hemp does not have the psychoactive properties of marijuana. You'd have about as much luck getting high by smoking cotton from a t-shirt as you would by smoking hemp. The hemp ban, in my view, looks like a case of illegality for the sake of illegality. So 4 members of the United States Senate, including the Senate Majority Leader, want to bring an end to this anti-hemp stigma that has, in effect, been codified in the law. So we have talked about a whole host of hemp products, food, soap, lotion, supplements, hemp milk. You can even use a hemp product to seal the lumber in a deck. If you just look at the variety of products, the kinds of products I've shown here before, you certainly see the ingenuity of American producers. You see a growing demand of American consumers for hemp products. And my view is our hard-working farmers ought to have the opportunity to meet that demand. Unfortunately, 100% of the hemp used in the kinds of products that I brought to the floor have to be imported from other countries. So this ban on hemp, it's not anti-drug policy, it is anti-farmer policy. And I've held this belief, and I remember going to a Costco, Madam President, at home when my wife Nancy was pregnant with our third child, and I saw that there was hemp products available there at the local Costco, and I announced what was going to be a guiding principle of mine on this, and that is, if you can buy it at a local supermarket, the American farmer ought to be able to grow it. Quaint idea, but I think if you walk through a Costco or any other store, you say to yourself, must be pretty exasperating for American farmers to not have an opportunity to be part of generating that set of jobs associated with the ag sector because the jobs were coming from people, overseas. Now, there has been a bit of progress. The 2014 Farm Bill puts the first cracks in the federal ban. It okayed growth research projects led by universities and agriculture departments in states like Oregon and Kentucky that take a smarter approach to hemp. These projects have proven successful. Farmers are ready to grow hemp, but the first cracks in the federal ban do not go far enough, and these projects are still just tied up and tied up and tied up in various spools of red tape. In my view, what's needed is a legislative solution. So what we now have, in addition to the four of us, the senators from Kentucky, the senators from Oregon, we now have a bipartisan group of 12 senators on the Industrial Hemp Farming Act. And once and for all, what we would say is a matter of law. Let's remove hemp from the Schedule I controlled substances list and give a green light to farmers from one end of the country to another who believe they'd like to have a chance to put people to work growing hemp. So I urge my colleagues to reflect on the history of this time, to learn more about the safe and versatile crop and the great potential it holds to give a boost to American agriculture and our domestic economy. This is a bipartisan bill, Madam President. The Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, my colleague from Oregon, Senator Merkley, Senator McConnell's colleague from Kentucky, Rand Paul, the four of us, both senators from Oregon, both senators from Kentucky. This is common sense. 12 members of the United States are on board. It is time to turn this into law and give our hard-working farmers, I note the President of the Senate here knows a bit about farming. I want to give our farmers another opportunity to generate profit and revenue for their important enterprises in America. I hope my colleagues will support the legislation. With that, Madam President, I yield the floor, and I would note the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Alexander.